Okay, welcome everyone to summer classes at the Three Jewels. Who's been here the first class? Awesome. The second class? Awesome. Who's not been here either of those classes? Awesome. One of those classes. Okay. Who understands what I just said? Well, welcome. Let's give ourselves time. Start 2 hours. I do this every class, so I've got to try not to think of it as just another thing I say, because it's very, very, very important for you to think that you are something more than the skin and the mind that you think you are. For you to step into that. So I'm going to invite you, please come into the state of mind and state of being that your imagination and your perception allows you to think is the ultimate you could be. So you're here for a reason. You're here because you want something. What is that? And if you can imagine getting that and feeling the fulfillment of getting that, I don't know, if it's insight, wisdom, happiness, understanding, pick up hot chicks. I'm not. I was going to leave them for me. You can just take it else. Yeah. And then, I don't know what you're here for, really. You know, so you've got to think about that. The world is filled with billions of people and gazillion beings just wanting something. What's yours? What's your flavor? And if you think you're going to find it here, I hope you do. So think about that. I invite you then to please leave the normal part of you out. Let them sit downstairs. It's a big empty room downstairs. You know, the ground floor, the visa kids, it's empty. Let them all have a cup of tea together. And then the clear you, the perfect you, just embody that for a second. See what that feels like. To do that, we bribe that state of mind that lets us become that. We call that a teacher.
I just want to feel that if anybody wants to have the prayer, just like I put to them up there, so if you're new and you don't have one.
That's a beautiful thing to do.
Yeah, because when I first came, I was totally confused.
That's good. Does anybody want a prayer?
If you want one.
Yeah, it'll help you do the blah blah very nicely. Thank you. Anyone else? One over there. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, so here you're offering a perfect universe to what would be or is your teacher.
Sashi Ukirushin Metotram Vira Vincin Indegim Padi Sangye Shindu Niteruargi Roku Namda Shimla Truparsho Idam Guru Ratnam Galakam Niryatayami Sangye Shidam Soki Choknam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kasuchi Daki junye hi personanki Trola penshir sange druparsho Sange Chudan soki chognam la Jamchu hardu dagni gasuchi Daki jinye hi personanki Trola penshir sange druparsho Sange Chudan soki shognam la Jamshu hardu dagni kasushi Daki junye hi personanki Trola penshir sange druparsho
So take a comfortable seated position. We're going to meditate for a few minutes. Make sure your back is straight. You're comfortable and firm in your posture. Scan your body from the base, up your torso, your shoulders parallel to the ground, not slouching forward or leaning back. Your head is sort of locked into your neck slightly, chin slightly in, and you're being pulled up like with a string at the crown of your head. A slight tuck in of the abdominal muscles, just a tiny amount, enough to support the lower back. And one last check of any muscles that need relaxing, including your face. There should be a slight smile on your lips. Feel the difference that makes. And into the ideal you, just breathe. What does breath feel like? Inhale through your nostril and exhale through your nostril. As you begin to sharpen your awareness onto the breath, just do one last scan of where you're at, the room, the sounds, the sensation of your body on the cushion. Where on your skin do you feel coolness or warmth? And gradually bring your attention to your breath, pressing your mind tightly against the breath as it exits and enters your nostril. And all you'll have to do is just return your attention to that sensation of the air passing through the tips of your nose. That's all. If you're over-analyzing whether you're doing it right, just recognize that that's a distraction and just observe the movement of air through your nostrils. Everything else will pass. And gradually you begin to enter your concentration deeper and deeper. Whatever distracting thoughts you have of the past or the future, like the choppy sea waves, gradually you come deeper into the ocean that's your mind, and those just become distant movements. It is more and more still down here. All you have to do to find that stillness is focus on the breath. A little bit deeper now by seeing if you can follow your breath's extension outward and deeply inward, deepening your focus deeper into the ocean of your mind in a much more still place. Any distractions now are like echoes of a wave way, way above you. Relax into the depth that you found here, and see if you can follow one particle of air entering your nostrils deep into your lungs and back out again. Now that you've found some stillness, please call upon your teacher or the most enlightened being you recognize or imagine. Ask them please to come, and before your thought is finished, feel their presence in front of you or visualize their presence in front of you, facing you, knees almost touching, very private, just you and them, deep into the peace of your mind. It's just you and them. If you feel them in front of you, you should have some impulse to thank them for coming. So offer them something of beauty, something that's lovely. It can just happen in your mind and they can see it. And there in front of you, you look for a characteristic of your teacher that you wish to develop, and you have some reverence for that. The fact that you can perceive it in them means you have the seed for developing it. Next, we're going to clear out any obstacles between you and your teacher. By thinking back at the last 24 hours, if there was any state of being or state of mind that brought some negativity to your reality, maybe you were angry, maybe you got obsessive, maybe you got stubborn. Whatever it was, you recognize that it will produce more of the same in your world. And so see if you can find that space in you that has a genuine regret for having that appear and sustain in your world. See if you can build a wish to stop that from occurring next time. This is not guilt. This is an intelligent regret about a state of being that you wish not to have anymore. No anger, no jealousy, no hatred, no aggression. So the fact that you had it should have in you build a need and a want to stop that at the next opportunity. That part, that thought, frees you. It gives you intelligence to not act that way in the future. And so relax into that. Feel freed up from the impulse of that negativity. With some tools to help you in the future. And next, observe your mind over the last day or so. And think of what was the most magnificent state of being you did have. Where was your kindest moment? Your most enlightened moment? Where was your happiest moment? Your wisest moment? Just think back at some beautiful thing you did or thought or said in the last 24 hours. Get to that point in your memory. Relive the moment and feel some joy in your heart that you did a great thing. Allow yourself the space to step into what you want to become, more of that. Imagine your world filled with those moments, one after the other. And that should tell you that it is possible to create not one, an infinite number of those moments. It's available to you now. Feel some happiness for the people around you who are currently experiencing a similar realization. Wish upon them that they have infinite number of perfect moments, feeling that joy that is to be good or wise. With that state of mind, look upon your teacher's eyes and ask them, please, at every